Trisha and I'm an artist based in Belfast, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own musical guitar instrument using lots of materials that you can find around the house. I've made one already and I've even got a strap for mine. So we're going to be getting very creative. You can design your guitar. It could be an acoustic guitar, it could be an electric guitar, it could be real or imaginary. Your guitar might have flames or wings, anything's possible, whatever you can make out of cardboard. So we're going to get creative and have lots of fun and rock out. So to make our string guitar, we're going to be using cardboard. You can use recyclable cardboard, like from the cereal boxes, or we can use cardboard from packaging. It's lovely and strong. It's harder to cut though, so bear in mind, but it's great for the handle. We're going to need a plastic container to put our strings over. You can get this from any food packaging. So sometimes you'll find fruit or vegetables are in a strong container like this. And the shape doesn't matter. You might have a bigger one or a smaller one. It doesn't have to be the same shape or size. We're going to be using some elastic bands, and this is to create our sound on our strings. We're going to need some scissors, a pencil and a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, we can always just use the edge of the cardboard to trace along also. We're going to be using markers for colouring in. We're going to need something to stick with, so we can use sellotape or masking tape. If you have double-sided sticky pads or double-sided sticky tape, that will also be great, but we can also just use a tape. We're going to put a handle on our guitar as well, so we can carry it and wear it. I'm just going to use some ribbon, but you don't have to have a handle on yours, or you can just use a bit of rope or a bit of string or fabric. We're going to need something circular to trace with, so I'm just using a yogurt tub, but you might have a little bowl that you can use as well. So have a look around your house, a little hunt to find what you need. So I'm going to get my sheet of cardboard, and then I have my tub. So first thing we can do is we can measure out the size of our guitar, and again yours might be far bigger depending on how creative you want to be. So I'm going to draw the shape of the guitar first of all, and I'm going to use a pencil to go around. So guitars are quite curved, but again you can really use your imagination, have your guitar any shape you want. It might be an electrical guitar. I'm going for an acoustic guitar. I'm just going to trace it over in black so you can see. I'm just going to change the shape of mine a bit, make it a bit narrower there, as long as it still fits. So you want to make sure there's just enough space for the container to fit as well. And now you're just going to cut that out. Like this. And now you want the circle in the middle for your guitar. So if your tub is this big, you want to find a circle smaller than that if you can. So again, look at your yogurt tubs, containers around the house. This one's a little bit smaller, so I'm going to use this one. And try to put it in the middle. And again, just trace around with a pencil first of all. And then go that with a marker. So now we want to cut out our circle. So you might want a big person to help you with this bit. But what I find is easy is if you get your pencil, as a nice sharp pencil, you can push, just make sure your fingers are not underneath directly. You're going to push a little hole and stab a little hole like this into your cardboard, and then you can fit your scissors in to cut around it, and you're not then using a knife. So now you're going to get elastic bands, and you're going to put them going across horizontally. You can already hear making some noise. And you want to leave a good gap of about 1 centimeter between each string. And you can test to see if you have enough. And this is why you want a good strong container so it doesn't push in and warp too much. Got some lovely music already happening. So now we're going to create the back of the guitar also. So you can trace around the one you already have. And the back's not going to have a circle cut out this time. You're just going to cut this out. So now you have your back and your front. And you're going to get your container and stick it onto the back. So if you have double-sided tape, I use double-sided sticky pads. You can use those now. I'll show you how to use this first. And if not, don't worry, because we can just use normal tape. So you peel off one side and you press it down onto the container, and then there's a very thin sheet of paper on top. You can peel that off. And you can do the same thing here. Just on each corner. And we're just going to stick it down like that. And we're going to secure this anyway, but if you didn't have this double-sided sticky pad, you can use your sellotape. And you can just go around and tape the container down. And you're going to want to go all the way around. You might want to do 2 layers to make sure it's taped. So I would tape going across horizontally as well as going up vertically with the tape. So it touches the cardboard and then also the box. If you don't have sellotape, you can also just use masking tape, and this will just be the same principle. You're just going to go around like this and make sure it's super duper strong all the way around. So you don't need all 3 layers, it's just to show you the different options you have depending on what you have in your house. And as long as it's sturdy, give it a wee check. It's not going to fall off anywhere. So we have our front of a guitar, and you could leave it like this if you wanted, and just create your handle then. But what we're going to do is create it so it's actually even more 3D. We're going to give it sides. So to do that, I want to measure what my tub is here, just roughly. So everyone's tub might be different, so you just want to check. So say mine's about 5 centimeters. Doesn't have to be exact, as long as it's not too short, as long as it's past the plastic tub here. So I'm going to get my cardboard. And you're going to need a few different strips of this. Double checking. So you're going to need a few strips of this to go all the way around the guitar. So I've done 4.5 centimeters down, And I'm just gonna go across like this. And again, if you don't have your ruler, you can just use the cardboard to measure. And I would just use it like this and work out. It's roughly, the tub is roughly there. So I'm going to go across this amount. And then you can always use the side of a book or the side of a page to make it nice and straight if you don't have your ruler. And now we're just going to cut this out. You can even use a strip you've already cut. Make sure they're all the same size going down. Now we have our panels for our side, and we're just going to tape these around. So I'm using masking tape for this. I'm just going to put the strips of masking tape down the side. And I just rip my masking tape, but you can cut it. You can also use sellotape for this, but it's not as strong. It will just take a lot more sellotape. That's also fine. And then you're just bringing your edges together like this. So each edge should meet the other. And following the curve of the guitar. And you can always add more than to strengthen it. So now we're going to connect the next strip. So you can add a bit of tape here. And then get your tape ready for going down as well. See how we're going around. And we can just tape this bit down. Like that. So we'll do your next bit now. I'm taping it on to this bit here. Maybe a couple there. And just slowly bring it around the curve until it meets the edge. And pressing the masking tape in nice and tight. And then you use your sellotape, or again the masking tape, to just secure those bits down. they don't fall back up again. Again, going over the sides where the junctions meet. Your guitar. I'm going to fix up these little bits once we're finished coloring in, because we can't color over the sellotape. Now I'm going to get your back. Make sure I have it matching up. And this time using the sellotape. All the way around. Just going to use the sellotape to bring in the curve here. So there's our guitar body, and now we need our neck and head of the guitar. So again, you could just use the cardboard from the cereal box. It's a little bit lighter, but it's perfectly fine. But for mine, I'm going to use a heavier cardboard. So again, I'm just going to use my ruler. You can kind of measure to see how long you want it. You want it starting here. So we're going to have, I'm going to do mine up to here. Use a ruler. So use your ruler so you can see. See how thick I want mine to be. I'd have mine about 6 centimeters. Let's see if it's too thick. It's a little bit thick, I think, so I might make it a little bit thinner. And do it about 5 centimeters instead. So that's our neck of the guitar. Now we want our head of the guitar as well. Again, see how long you want it to be. Sketch it out first of all, and then you can get the marker. I'm going to cut that out. So now we're going to, before we attach this, we can colour it in. It's the easier to colour this in when it's not stuck down. So you can draw any patterns you want to have on your guitar. Sometimes they have a ring going around. The strings normally come a bit further down. We can leave ours just like this for now. And you can do some patterns, some colours, stripes, spots, zigzags, musical symbols, anything you'd like. It's time for you to use your imagination, have some fun, and just get creative with some colouring. now you want to do our neck and head of the guitar. So guitar strings normally run all the way up as well. We're not going to use elastic bands for this, so we're just going to draw our strings in instead. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 strings. I'm going to draw in 4 strings roughly. You could measure them up if you want to try and get it exact. I'm just going to freestyle. Draw the lines across as well, and leave a gap of about a centimetre. But you can just estimate this. And I'm just going to cut out little bits to stick at the side of the head of the guitar. The circle at the top. On the side of the head. And you can again colour these in any colour you want. Trying purple this time. So these are actually the turning keys of guitar when you're tuning the guitar. And we're just going to stick these up the side. So you can use again double-sided tape if you want, or masking tape, or sellotape. And now we're going to add this on to our guitar. I'm going to use a double-sided tape for this. So just peeling it off, sticking it down, and peeling it off, sticking it down. If you don't want to use that, you could just use some masking tape if you don't have double-sided tape. And just get the masking tape and fold it over to create double-sided like that. Or you can also use the sellotape. So I'll use a mixture of both so you can see what they're like. And then you can go over them with sellotape to secure it. So now you want to go around and check if everything's still stuck okay. You can go over your little edges again if you need to. So that's our guitar like this. So you can, it's 3D. You can leave it as it is. I'm going to add a little handle to go around to carry it. So I'm going to be using some ribbon. You can use a bit of string or a bit of rope, or you might want to just have it without the strap, because not all guitars will have straps. And I'm just going to rip it so it's a bit thinner. Like this. And I'm going to tape it down. Again, you can use a double-sided tape. To show you, stick it down. Peel it off like this. Or we can just use the sellotape. And you want to make sure you add a couple of layers of sellotape. And there's our finished guitar with the guitar strap. And you can have a little play of it. You can pluck it. See if you can come up with a little tune. I would love to see your creations, to see what type of guitars you've created. with all your materials and your imaginations. So please do send us your pictures to info@artscare.co.uk, and thank you so much for joining me.